Hello and welcome, it's me, Daniel, also called Budget YouTuber. I've prepared some sort of list of the games I bought and played this year. It's kind of chronologically, so you see what I played maybe in last December or January until pretty much like now. Now being the 23rd, so there you go. Because I've played way too many games, this is kind of scripted, so bear with me, but hey, you know, just let this video run in the background, chill, drink some coffee, grab a soda. A robot named Fight. I played a little bit of it again, but it didn't really hook me like some roguelikes do. You know, they like really hook you and you can't put them down, like Risk of Rain 2 for me example, which comes later. The controls felt quite stiff. I don't know, maybe I'm just not used to those like older-ish games because it takes a lot of reference from like Metroid games because it's a mix of Metroid and roguelite. And I can recommend it for that. Mixing those two genres, Metroidvania and roguelite, is also very difficult, as Ingenious Clown mentioned in a video of his. You can check that out in the description down below. So go check him out. He's a beautiful bald man. Second, Salt and Sanctuary. Barely remember much of it because my brain is turning into goo this year. Might have been 2020, you know. But I had a good time playing it, especially as one who doesn't really like Dark Souls-ish games. Kind of. If they're too difficult, no, obviously not. I don't like Dark Souls 3, for example, which comes later in the list. But I liked it because it was somewhat simpler. It's also 2D. It's not 3D. Yeah, if you want just a good 2D Dark Souls-like game, go check that out. Maybe it's for you. Also, I think it's not even that expensive, so go play. Go play if you like Dark Souls. Number 3, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. It looks extremely pretty, you know, it's like a 4K high-res image, 300 megapixels and stuff, but it's gameplay-wise, it's flat as a pancake. It hurts. You know, some puzzles, some basic combat, it's more like, it's enough to drive the story, and it did that, but to be honest, I stopped at some point. I'm not exactly sure where and why. I wasn't really for a movie, you know, I wanted to play a game, and I expected it to be a game. It is not. It is more of a movie than a game, but what it shows, how it tells it, it seems like a really good, you know, story. It's just I want to play a game. You know what I mean? Also, the game is kind of long. Also, it has some puzzles where you had to actually use your brain, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this puzzle. And then I'm gonna do more puzzles, and then I have some basic-ass combat, and if you F up twice, you're pretty much dead, because this game is actually kind of difficult in combat. And why? Cutscenes? Pretty cutscenes, I guess, but anyway. Ultimate Chicken Horse. Cool party game. Maybe even better than Among Us, because it has a variety of levels. Some of them are, I think, in the game itself, and some the community provided, and all that jazz. So it seemed active 6 months ago when I played it, or it might have been 7 now, because I've been working on the script for a little bit. Go check it out if you want to, if you have some friends. If you don't, yeah, that sucks. Death's Gambit. You may notice that game or realize what this game is if you watch my streams, because that is one of the games I actually stopped playing because it just I don't know, it just didn't click with me. I didn't really like it. It seemed more of a pain to play. I even wrote, I can't really remember exactly why, but it was just too punishing for me. So yeah, visually it's great. Gameplay wise, it was just not for me. But hey, you know what? Play it for like an hour or two and see how you like it, and if not, refund that stuff. Risk of Rain 2. Holy moly, I wrote a lot of stuff. If you know me, well, if you know me, you know. Shit, damn it, I touched the glasses. God damn it. Yeah, if you know me, I played Risk of Rain 1 back in 2013, 2014. It's actually amazing how they transferred the 2D aspect of Risk of Rain into a 3D game. It is amazing. I goddamn love it. Especially with the music from GRIS, add last name here. Yeah, the game just gives you this alien planet feel. It's just so good, the music is just... One thing it doesn't do is giving you options on upgrading your characters after each run. So that's kind of like different from other roguelikes, for example. Similar to Binding of Isaac, you choose a character and the power comes from the items, not from the RPG elements in upgrading your health or attack power. Keep in mind, for me personally, I love playing the game, but it really gets going after around 1 hour into a run. At that point, you're snowballing into more and more damage, and if you buy the game, don't be discouraged starting on the easy difficulty. This game is hard. This game is... Bro, this game is really hard. You will die. You will definitely die. So yeah, learn, adapt, and you will have a great time. Seriously, I have 60 hours in this game. This game is great. It's amazing, but sometimes after like 3 hours in a run, you're like, what should I do now? Also, by the way, there's a boss fight now, like a final boss of the in this game. He's very difficult. Jesus Christ. Project Winter, a party game. Randomized world makes every run feel different, but also very confusing at first. Like you don't know where the hell things are, what the hell things are. You're trying to figure things out. You know, it kind of gets weird, especially with some LCD. It's not LCD, it's LSD. LCD is the monitor, LSD is the drug. We're talking about LSD. It's some weird drug thing. Sometimes you kind of get teleported somewhere else. So it's very fun in that aspect. It actually came out way before Among Us. Actually, no, it didn't come out before Among Us. Before Among Us got very popular. And I played it before that, and it was really fun. It's really great. So go play it if you have some friends. And if not, sucks. The Vagrant. It's good. It's a good game. It's very good. Very good, yes. Hack and slay your way through 2D levels with various weapons or abilities and more. If you're put off by the design of the main character, you know, because of... then you shouldn't play the game. You know, just don't play it. If you don't like the design and if you're like, you know, I don't want to support this type of game, sure, go ahead. Otherwise, it is worth playing if it looks fun for you, but maybe only on sale. So... Go, you know, put that on the wish list to your 60 other games that you will never play. I know your pain. One Finger Death Punch 2. I absolutely loved the first one. I have just a big memory, actually, of Total Biscuit playing it. I just got really into the first one, but the second one, just something didn't really hook me. I don't know. It has, I think, a lot of levels prepared, and it starts off with simpler and like it tutorial-wise, and it shows you more and more what you can do and what you're... It's great in that aspect, but it somehow just didn't really hook me because I played it and I was like, after an hour or something, I was like, okay, cool, that was that, you know? I don't know. Maybe I will get back to it if I really feel like it. MOTHERGUNSHIP. I know that game actually from OUTBUDDIES because he had, I think, a lot of, and he still has a lot of connections to game developers. It's fascinating. I really like the first one, Tower of Guns. It's I don't know what. I think it's just maybe me, why I didn't play more than 2 hours. I put it down, I deinstalled, and I just didn't really feel like getting into it. It has a story, it has voice acting, it looks better, I think it runs better, all that jazz. It's just a big upgrade to Tower of Guns, but I think maybe Tower of Guns was so fun because it was 2014, you know. Now we have so many other games, maybe it doesn't really like... Maybe it's not the time anymore for those games. I do not know, maybe it's really just me. For a €25 price tag, it's also twice the amount of Tower of Guns, so there is that. But I mean, you get a lot more, you know. Like anyhow, like the fun of the game comes pretty much by just adding all the weapon parts together, and just making some crazy cool guns, with shoot like lasers and shots and different bullets of different types at the same time with one button press, and you're like, holy moly. And trying to balance, you know, the damage, but also like the reload time of the weapon. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's a great concept as well, but it's just something just didn't really hook me. But hey, if that game looks and sounds fun to you, go check it out, maybe, and grab it on a sale. Crypt of the Wait, I haven't played that one. Okay, a Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's on the list. I have literally played, I think, 20-30 minutes of it. The reason why I bought it, because I really, really, really like the Hyrule Warriors. Not Hyrule Warriors. The Hyrule Zelda-like game of this. I don't know what it's called again. Songs of Hyrule. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm just making stuff up right now. It looks a lot worse. I'm sorry. Graphically, it looks a lot worse than the Nintendo game or on the Switch. But if you have a Switch, there's a demo, I think, for this game, so go play it. It's just, it's so good. Especially with the soundtrack and all, you know. And Crypt of the Necrodancer, it's fun, but I do not know if I want to play a lot more of it, or only in, like, quick bursts, you know, like 20 minutes here, then go back to a different game, go back there. You know, like a switcheroo thing. I don't know. I will play more of it. I will maybe get back to that next year. Go subscribe for that if you don't want to miss that. Astray, or Astray, if you want to call it like that. I think it's actually Astray, because Mo is the character, and Astray is an English word. I don't know. It's a great game. It is short with 7.4 hours of playtime, well, for me, but it has it's an enjoyable puzzle platformer, nonetheless, even though it's very short and all that jazz. You play as a blob from the Wii games, by the way, if you didn't know that, yeah. And follow a voice in your head that leads you on towards something. Grab it if you got some cash, or wait for a sale. In the end, it is better than Shovel Knight. Keck W leave. I didn't even know I wrote that joke. GRIS, or GRIS. GRIS. It's probably not GRIS, it's GRIS. I would say GRIS. Graz. It's actually, I think, a French developer. Anyhow, more of an experience than a game again, but visually it's beautiful. The music and the basic Metroidvania-esque abilities are all in the game. It's 3 hours of a game, you know, so it's pretty much just sit down and play through it. It's really short, but what is here, it's great. It's amazing. Yes, it's kind of like it's not really more of a story, because the story isn't really well explained, you know. It's more of like, I don't think there's even... I mean, there's some slight voice acting, I don't know. But the game is good. It's still a game, more than the other one, the Hellblade, whatever. One Piece Pirate Warrior 4. Disappointing. Jesus Christ. I'm a huge One Piece fan. I am actually, this week, we are at chapter 1000 in One Piece. 1,000 chapters, okay? It's amazing how much stuff there's in One Piece. And god damn it, do we not get good games? It's so sad. It is so sad because of fucking Bandai Namco. Christ. I'm sorry, I just really dislike Bandai Namco. They know it's a popular brand. They will produce a game that looks great, but gameplay-wise, it's just either really flat, or it's just I don't know. Like, they could go like a step further. You did the good groundwork. Now go a couple more steps. Like, just more. And they're like, no, we have to ground. It works. Ship it. You know, it's like, come on, dude. I really enjoyed Pirate Warriors 3. I think I played that easily, I don't know, like a couple 100 hours or something. I don't know. It's a lot of time I played that game for a Dynasty Warriors game, and I have never played Dynasty Warriors before. Never, ever, I think, ever. It's just really, really fun. But the fourth one, it just somehow didn't hit the spot, you know? It's not like that. It's not the good kush. Never smoked weed in my goddamn life. Nice joke meme. I have 25 hours of game time and finished the story part of the game, if I remember correctly. Were those hours well spent? I think you can tell from my face. Mittelerde. Schatten. Middle-earth. Shadow of War. Great. God damn it, was it a good time. I love it. Absolutely a treat. Why the frick did I roll it that way? Yeah, I really enjoyed the first game, and I'm happy I played the second one. It looked like ass on stream because of my old SPC and OBS settings. Anyhow, I'm sorry for that stream. It sucked ass. For people who don't know, the game has this great feature, or this great system. It's all built around it, kind of, which Assassin's Creed Odyssey kind of like be like, oh, that looks good, mine now. Kind of stole it, but I'm actually all for it. Also, Path of Exile kind of looked at it. The whole system is, there are big enemies, and if you kill those enemies, they're gone. But they can be revived randomly again, so they can come back and be like, oh, I survived, I will kill you now, stuff like this. It's really good. Or the other way around, if an enemy kills you, he gets promoted and stronger. This can happen multiple times until he gets so strong I don't know if you can kill him, you know. It's gonna be difficult. But anyhow, it's just that the system is just really good because there's so many multiple of those orcs. I think they're orcs, and you have to like work your way through, kill each one, get intel on like the bigger higher ups, kill those, and it's so good. It is so good. Such a genius system that genuinely gave me moments that no other game could have. Let me tell you a quick story. When you're trying to kill that one guy and you suddenly get ambushed by his brother and then another guy, and this whole thing turned from a 1v1, which you planned, to a 1v3 with enemies that are maybe 1 to 2 levels higher than you, it can get very dangerous, but it's just so amazing. Like, no other game has this randomness of like big bosses, or not bosses, they're like mini bosses, but they can be very difficult and have different abilities and ways of, it's so good. Then you have the whole siege system introduced, which is a whole other thing they just put on top of the whole game, you know, because the first game already had like a good system and you're like, nice, great. The second game might be just the same thing again. Hell no. They just siege system. You just take over like sieges and stuff. It's good. If you care about the story, go play the first one. It takes 6 months off and then recharge. I would say that because Assassin's Creed game, for example, you can play one and then you need a break. For me, personally for me, because I can't play like 6 Assassin's Creed games because I'm just gonna burn out from this whole climbing and riding and story, and it's a bit too much. So go play the first one, take a break, go play the second one. Cool. So yeah, it's well worth it if you get it on a sale with its open world Assassin's Creed like stealth system, very difficult combat. Or it can turn difficult depending on, you know, what happens in the game, which you can't really control, which is the fun part. And lots of abilities and upgrades and skill trees. It gets a chef's kiss out of 10. Blasphemous. Great. For like 11 hours. So yeah, very short game. I'm calling it short, but it's still 11 hours. For most people, that might be 5 days. For me, that is 2. Or 3 streams, or however long we streamed. I don't even know. So it's a very short game. Visually, it looks just amazing. It's just mind-boggling good looking, especially with cutscenes where I'm like, holy moly, those cutscenes just flashed me. I didn't even expect it from an indie game, you know. It has a Castlevania-like fighting system. It has passive abilities, and you have to like work your way around the world. It also has a New Game Plus. Just a slight spoiler there. So the game kind of wants you to play through it multiple times, I guess. It's just a nice, great package of a Metroidvania. Metroidvania is Castlevania, but it's more on the Castlevania side than on the Metroid side. Especially with the combat with like heavier attacks, and you have to be careful, you know. Also, you have like a block, which is really nice, which feels like, it feels good. Go play that. It's great. Also, as said, I played it on my Twitch channel. Go follow me there. Do it, pussy. Bloodstained, the Ritual of the Night. From the godfather of Castlevania, Koji Igarashi, comes this game. This game. It is just so goddamn weird. Seriously, what the heck? On one side, it gives me this feeling of when I played many, many hours of Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow on my DS, Nintendo DS that is, 10 years ago. And sometimes I just open the wiki to figure out how to actually progress. So yeah, this game is still kind of stuck like 10 years back or more, 15 or 20, by not telling you really what to do, I guess. Not giving you some sort of like quest system or like something. It's a little bit of old school, but still, what is here is good. The combat feels nice. You have a slight level system, which feels nice, you know, getting a level up, feeling slightly stronger, getting new abilities, getting new weapons, upgrading those weapons. It's all there. It's all a really nice package. But yeah, not knowing where to go and be like, oh, that's where I had to go. It's great that I knew that, huh? It's a great game for 17 hours of a playthrough. I think I played like 21 hours on Steam or something because I played actually through the game again. Yes, there's a New Game Plus. Yes, you keep pretty much all your abilities or most of them, and I just blazed through the world. It was really fun actually to play the New Game Plus. So you're really fast if you have this one ability that I'm so happy they have it in there. It's the Panther ability from Dawn of Sorrow. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It's really good, and you're going Naruto running, you know, like whoosh. So yeah, it has lots of enemies, weapon types, upgrades, abilities you get from enemies. Not so many bosses, to be honest. An amazing soundtrack. If you listen to it again, you know, you're like, oh damn, it's actually there is something. You know, this is really nice. Visually, it's quite the mess. Good lord, it sometimes looks like plastic, and that's not good. That's just not good. If anything looks plastic in the game, it should be plastic. Visually, it's kind of all over the place. I hope they can maybe like redo the graphics. Probably not. They will probably work on the next game. But the weird thing is, they're putting out updates regularly. Yep, I am shocked as you are. They even brought out a new character, a playable character in the game. And I'm like, wait, what? Forager. Doing Chores, the video game. No, I'm not talking about Animal Crossing. I'm talking about Forager. Yeah, jokes aside, the game is fun for one playthrough. In about 30 hours of playtime, you will be starting off with just one island and no resources. After all this, you will have drones doing all your chores, destroy an island full of resources in mere seconds, and generally transform the landscape so much that you might not even see the ground anymore. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, that made me burp so hard, like... If you think about the beginning of the game where you're like, oh man, I don't have stamina, I can't get rid of all the wood, and I need the wood, and I need the stone, and then in the end you're like just running with insane speed over the whole map, and all your drones are just destroying everything, and just you just see loot explosions, everything. It's good. It's really fun. And after 30 hours of playtime is a lot. Not if you're me, because I think I played through this game in like 3 days. I have a problem. Among Us, Tech W. Jokes aside, a good game and also very cheap. You got no friends, don't buy this game. Online is ass. Being dead and having to wait 20 minutes for the next game, also ass. It needs some big updates, otherwise I will not return to it. There's my review of Among Us. Slime Ranger, very fun, but sadly only with a wiki on your second monitor. Did I really write it like that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of true. I just hate when games do not tell you what the heck actually certain things mean, or where to find certain things, or a system on how to find out how to find things, you know? Like, anything. You can't just put me in this world and don't tell me anything and literally just add a goddamn NPC which you give money to, or plorts or something that gives you some sort of like hints of, hey, have you checked out this area of the game? I have heard there are some slimes that have this and that or something, you know, not exactly telling you what the slimes are, or maybe like a silhouette of a slime or something that gets you out exploring. I literally was like, all right, I need better plorts, or I just need more slimes to make better plorts, or just make more money in this game. And I was just Googling the wiki on how to find it. It's so dumb. Anyhow, other than this, which is the most frustrating part of this game, I really enjoyed it. Visually, it's nice. I do not know if there was music. I didn't even realize it. The sound effects are nice. You know, the blobs like blobbing around and all that, and how they look and all that. And the world overall is really nice, how it's like interconnected. I really like that part. Anyhow, 25 hours of playtime. I had a fun time. I can definitely recommend it if you think you like this type of game. Darksiders 3. Oof. I haven't played Darksiders in many years. Many years. I jumped into the game to have a nice hack and slay time. I guess it is part Dark Souls and not Darksiders. I wrote that joke and thought it was funny. It is punishing and difficult, sometimes even unfair. They tried, and in my opinion have failed in what makes Dark Souls Dark Souls. Darksiders has a dodge, and wow, does it sometimes not work. Like whatsoever. Not only that, the moment that the cutscene ends from a boss, the boss attacks you in the very first second, making it pretty much impossible to react. So you start off the fight with lost health. Why? Just couldn't you just program it that he waits like a second more, or 2 seconds or something? Like in Dark Souls, usually you have like the cutscene, the introduction of the boss, and then it's like fade in, fade out or something like that, and then you're like, all right, let's go. Then you focus on the boss and you look at him and you're like, all right, let's go. I want to see your first attack. I want to react. I want to see how it goes. And then he attacks and you're like, oh man, I dodged it barely. Nice, sweet, perfect. You know how it's this in this game? Fade out, fade in. That's not fun. It's just really not fun. Okay, I'm sorry, that was probably really loud. But it's exactly that. Like, it feels like the moment the game fades back in, you know, like from black to the game, it feels like in the fade in, he's already like charging his attack or like already like making his attack animation. And I'm like, I can't even react like I can't react in 0.3 seconds. I'm not a gamer, I guess. It was an okay game, and I wouldn't have played it on normal difficulty for about 80% of the playtime, but even I break at some point, and I had to lower it to the easy difficulty. It was so much more enjoyable and less punishing. I should have played the game in that difficulty from the very start. Can I recommend the game? If you played the previous games, you might like this one, even though from what I have seen, the armor system is a heavy downgrade from the previous games. You may or may not like the main protagonist, which is Rage, Fury, what is her name? I could Google it, but I don't care. Anyhow, maybe wait for a sale. Darksburgenheim. Nice attempt. But no. Waiting for a year or two and hope for some proper updates. The game seems stiff. After 90 minutes playtime, I uninstalled the game. If I remember correctly, it doesn't have animation cancelling, which makes auto-attacking a chore, so you can ignore most melee characters because you don't want to be near the enemies, or they will obviously, hit you and you're like, you're dead. You don't want that in a roguelike. I'm sorry, but this game needs some proper combat updates, or they will implement the updates into Darksburg 2, and sell it for even more money, which would be very sad and most likely destroy the developers or studio reputation. So let's hope they don't do that, right? Let's just wait for a year and see what happens. I hope they make it. I hope they make it better. No, Red. God, this game wasn't red at all. Jesus Christ. The game concept of absorbing mutations and changing your character seemed great, but doesn't excuse this game for just feeling lifeless in some areas and insanely difficult. Maybe I'm a pussy and hate difficult games, but I'm also the one who plays Path of Exile for 2,500 hours. So you tell me. Anyhow, I can't recommend this game. It just feels tedious and a chore to play. Really, it just felt like, I don't know, I just really had just not a fun time playing this game. I don't want to like break down the game and really think about it. I just want to see, do I like this game gameplay-wise? Because I'm more of a gameplay, not story guy. This game doesn't have a story, so perfect, great. Or at least I don't care. Just something was just feeling off, I feel like a little bit of a fast travel system would probably make this game also a little bit better. Because sometimes you're going like into those smaller dungeons, and you have to just walk all the way back and all the way forth and all the way. Come on, couldn't you just make a goddamn fast travel system in the middle? Come on. Magicka 2. I bought this because of the son of a good friend. He said, hey, let's play this. And I was like, hey, man, Magicka. I played this years ago. I think the first game is 9 years old, by the way. It's 2011 or from 2011. Yeah, I refunded this. I refunded Magicka 2. Nope. It's just, the enemies just deal way too much damage, and you have, no way of, boosting yourself up by having more HP, or upgrading yourself, or something. You're just getting slammed in the face constantly, and if you're not a god and constantly do those really crazy combinations of magic to produce some insane spells, it's just not fun. And then you're just constantly doing the same goddamn combos, And if you're like, well, you can just mix the combos up. Let's be honest. It's most games, or not most games. I'm the type of guy who does the same combo in a game over and over if it works. Therefore, I use it over and over, and it gets very tedious. Yes, I'm stupid for doing it myself, but still, if it's the one option I really like because I can make that combo, I will do it. Because it helps me to beat the game. And if the game is really unfair, I will play unfair. Which is just, game is tedious, it's getting tedious to do the same combo, I don't like the game. After 2 hours, I think less than 2 hours, I refunded it. So, there you go. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Fun, but nothing new. Fun, but nothing new, unique, or special. Well, the story was quite special and dumb. Otherwise, the game is similar to the previous games. You start off with nothing. You have nothing in the beginning. You have to upgrade your equipment, craft weapons, armor. Armor in Tomb Raider games. Wait, what? Nani? The trilogy got me into Tomb Raider and I love the games and how they are presented, but the gameplay is starting to show some dirty old spots. It is an okay ending to the Tomb Raider reboot trilogy, but god damn, I want them to just enhance the next games. Just do more, better, change things up, just anything. They have like a good system now in place, they can do those games, but they just need some better goddamn writers that go away from the supernatural stuff maybe, I don't know. Or you can do supernatural but don't be like so over the top, like Jesus Christ. The ending of the third game was like, I was happy I finished it, but for the reason because I finished it, not because, man, I really wanted to finish it because the story is so great or the gameplay is so fun. Like, no, it's just, okay, I want to finish this game now because, I want to get done with it. That type of finish. Graveyard Keeper, yes and no. Lots of quality of life features are missing. For example, what the heck the clock on the top left does, or why does the sleeping animation take so goddamn long? Lots of goddamn mysteries. Seriously, developers, if you're watching this, why does the sleeping animation take so goddamn long? There are mods that make it faster, so why not make it faster? I don't understand. Do you want just to artificially make the game longer by doing nothing? That's not fun. Doing nothing is not fun. Okay, some idle games might... Anyhow, it's like, it's different from idle games, okay? And yeah, the clock on top left, it's just so... Why? Just explain it. Tell me. Give me an option. Give me some help. Give me some anything. It does not tell you that on certain days on the left, on the clock on the top left, on certain days, there are certain NPC stuff happening. And only on those days. You don't know that. The game does not tell you. You have to figure this stuff out by yourself. Or, you know how I am, I wiki this stuff. So yeah, similar to this, to Slime Ranger, you need like the wiki open on the second goddamn monitor and constantly like figure stuff out because the game tells you 0 and there's no way of figuring things out because of course there isn't, not really, kind of. I mean, the game has some sort of like research system that at least gives you some sort of thing to figure stuff out, but it's like so goddamn tedious and so goddamn slow that you like, sorry, I'm faster with the wiki, I like playing games, but it's just... That is just tedious, and there were like 30 minutes or an hour where I literally just like woke up, did, I don't know, like 3 chores, like, anything with wood or something or stone takes so much energy that your energy is so low that you have to go back to sleep. I've literally done 2 hours of the in-game time of one day and had to go back to bed. And I repeated that many times because just it took so goddamn long. It's just so tedious. The mods on the other side made this so much more enjoyable. Sadly, with the mods, I somehow broke something, I think, and I couldn't craft anymore, and I had to stop playing the game. It's really sad because the game is so fun. It's so unique. There is nothing like it, but it's just, why make so many things so goddamn tedious and slow? For no reason. For no goddamn reason. Or at least give me the option to craft faster or anything, like in Forager, for example, where you kind of craft faster, yes, but it's also more like you craft multiples of things because of reason. But who cares? It's just yeah. I don't know. Also, I don't know how good the DLCs are, by the way, if they fix or anything. I have just played the main game. Yeah, if you're fine with just a game where you can just sit back and do some stuff and play easily, probably 30, 40, 50 hours. Go check that out. If you're like a really hardcore Stardew Valley fan and you want more something like darker because it's Graveyard, it's Creek Keeper, go check it out. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe get it on sale and Google some mods. Rise of Ruins Refunded. Looks very intimidating, and that is why I refunded it. Probably a good game, but goddamn, you will need to suffer and die many times to understand the game. And not like Risk of Rain 2, where you quickly start a run and get some items. This game is a strategy game, and even with 3 times the speed of the game feels slowish. I probably shouldn't have played it a couple hours before I go to bed, but I realized that this is a game, and also the game itself, the developer, like tutorials suggest, this will take you many, many, many hours to understand, to figure out, to build, to do stuff. I understand this, but I refunded it for now because I do not do not know when I will play it again. And when I want to play it again, I can just buy it once more. So until then, I will, wait. Kunai also refunded. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't on the refunding spree at that point. But yeah, I pretty much, I'm dumb by that, okay? I'm really dumb. I refunded it because it said mostly positive. I tried to play games that are only very good on Steam, like rated or higher, which is overwhelmingly positive. This was mostly positive, and I was like, I could get back my money and buy some other games later on, which are probably better. So I was like, I'm gonna refund this stuff. There it is. GIGA Wrecker. Yes, I was refunded. Same kind of reason, you know. I was like, I was buying too many games, didn't play too much, and just refunded like 4 games or something from 6 I bought. I don't know. I was dumb. I can't really say about the game, but I still put it on the list because I bought it, because I was still interested in it. So you can check it out if you want to, Kunai or GIGA Wrecker. They look interesting. Visually, they look interesting, but gameplay-wise, I don't know. I haven't played them. Darksiders Genesis. Okay, I refunded this one, but hear me out. Hear me out. This game sucks balls. It's just so boring. It's an ARPG with Darksiders characters where you start off with all your abilities. You have everything pre-done, kind of like most of those games that have your League of Legends kind of like thing, you know, Q, W, E, and your ultimate, but just set up in some more sort of other thing, like, oh, it's not Q, it's something else, or I don't know. It's like set up like that, like MOBA, you know, with the buttons. It's also probably very mobile friendly. I don't know if there's a mobile game, but you could probably easily port it. And it's just so mind-bogglingly not fun to play because you have like no way of doing anything. I just stopped playing after the first mission. I'm sorry, I couldn't. Doom Eternal. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I don't like fun games. Maybe I'm a noob. But god damn it, did I not enjoy my time with Doom Eternal. I'm one of the rare players probably who bought Doom, who played Doom for like, I don't know how many hours, a couple. I was pretty much at the boss fight, maybe. It was an angel-like being. No spoilers for any other person, you know, but still, here you go. For people who played the game, you know. Because we're so deep into this video, let me just quickly go through this. So, the brief explanation of why I did not like Doom Eternal. First of all, the enemies were difficult. But I'm partially okay with that. I'm okay with dying because of difficult enemies and I'm too dumb to shoot them or I'm too dumb to dodge. I am absolutely okay with that. What I'm not okay with was the goddamn ammo system. It is stupid. It is dumb that Doom guy, who has 8 weapons or something, or how many weapons, I don't know, many weapons on him that he can switch around, but can't have more than like 100 shotgun shells or something. Are you goddamn kidding me? It is stupid. It is dumb, and I don't like it. I had to stop because at the middle of the boss fight, if you're running out of bullets from every weapon, every single one of them, I had nothing. I had my fist, and that does nothing. It just seemed like it was pain. It was just pure pain, and that happened multiple times, by the way, in many fights. You can literally die at that point. You just have to die. You have nothing else anymore. Yes, you have the chainsaw. I had 0 of the chainsaw. I had no chainsaw. I had no shotgun. I have no ammo. Like, what should I do? That should not happen, I feel like. And it happened many times. And no, I'm not shit at aiming. Yes, a couple rounds I didn't aim well. But still, most bullets got into the enemy, you know. But the game is like set up is so many enemies that you need so much ammo, but you need to constantly like refill it, you know. It's just dumb. I just really dislike it because of that. But if you don't care about that, go play it. The soundtrack is amazing. It feels good to play. It looks great to play. There are a couple cutscenes that look awesome. It's just more Doom. You will like Doom. I thought I will like Doom because I played the first one, 2016. I freaking loved it. But Doom Eternal was a pain in the ass. And god damn it, was it sad. Because I really wanted to have a good time with Doom. But I really didn't. I alt F4 in the middle of the boss and just, nope, deinstalled. The Outer Worlds. It says just started the game, and so far it's an improvement of Fallout for me. Yes, it is. It is pretty much Fallout, just better, but not Fallout. So you have to accept that. It is not Fallout, but it's better. You know what I mean? It's from the same developers or similar, and it's just, it has all the Fallout feeling, and I like the system and the level system and upgrade system, and it feels all good, and I got really strong really early on and had a weapon that just blasted everybody away. But one problem I had was I pretty much screwed myself with the story and had to stop playing the game. I'm pretty sure I could have found a different way because it's an RPG, it's a role-playing game, so you might have different options. But for me personally, that is not how I want to play the game. Hear me out. I can recommend this game. It's really fun. But goddammit, do not skip the dialogue like I did. I do not care about the story. I will skip the dialogue and cutscenes because I don't care. I screwed myself with that. At some point, spoiler free, at some point in the game, you have to decide of maybe, if it depends on what side quest you might be doing, because it was, I think, a side quest. You have the options of, do I help these people or these people? I helped these people. The left from you, the right ones. The right people are the people and the guards in a city where a main quest is. They weren't too happy about that. I screwed myself. I go into that city and they want to kill me. And there's a system where they can slowly start to get, accustomed to you. They're just angry at you, but they're not going to kill you, No, I pissed them off. The bar is complete red. It's negative. They will, I think, never ever not want to see me. You know what I mean? So I need to go into the city because I need to do a quest. I can't do that quest because I get constantly shot left and right. I pretty much ruined my save file, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I can recommend it for that. It's a role-playing game. I played a role, and I played my role very bad. There could be a couple of quality of life stuff, like, okay, how about you just auto pick up everything in my area? No, you just have to click every single thing and multiple times. So you gotta spam, I think, the F key a lot of times. But other than that, it's a really fun Fallout-like game. So if you want that, go check it out. It's just a pure improvement, I feel like, to Fallout. All right, I'm recording since 1 hour. Let's go. Jesus Christ. This video is longer than expected. Wizard of Legends, very fun. I don't even look at the goddamn script anymore. I don't care. Wizard of Legends, fun roguelike. But goddamn it, visually, it's bland as a heck. It's bland as a let's go back to the pancakes. A pancake with no Nutella, no honey, nothing. It's just a white ass pancake. We're not talking about asses. But maybe that too, yeah. It's plain as hell. Final boss, okay, cool. I didn't even finish the game because I was like, okay, what happens after the final boss? Nothing cool. I'm not gonna finish the final boss, because you have to do a run every single freaking time. And I'm like, that's not worth it. Next game. Valfaris. Holy frick, this game was great. This game was really fun. I think I did not stream it, but I streamed it, I think, to other friends on Discord. It was really fun. It is actually from the same developer who made Slain, which is a game I randomly bought on the Switch, and I was like, okay, this feels okay, but I feel like the controls were very stiff. And Valfaris isn't stiff at all. It is very fluid. It just feels nice. Lots of different weapons you can find. Many secrets. Many bosses. Soundtrack is just amazing. Weird-ass story. And it's just chef's kiss. It's just a really good 2D platformer / shooter. It's just, god damn it. It was I had such a good time playing this game because I was genuinely surprised by how good it was. It's $21, by the way, so that's a bit on the pricey side, though. So, Superland. I'm still playing this game on stream. I will continue, I think, next week, or this week, actually, on this Sunday. It's fun. It's a really fun puzzler, first-person puzzler with Metroidvania-like systems. For example, you get certain abilities that allow you to traverse different things or do some stuff. There's an upgrade system of your attack and weapon and shooting, and it's really good. It's good. It has a really good package. Do not play it, though, if you're tired, because you will hate your life. As I realized last stream. Children of Morta, a roguelike, I don't know, with a story. Yes, poggers. Yes, there is an actual story in the game. and there are small little, not cutscenes, more like, I mean, there are cutscenes. It has a beautiful art style. It plays well enough. It has lots of different characters, and the game kind of forces you to play different characters, because if you play one character too many times and that character dies, he has some sort of health debuff, which means he starts with less health for the whole run. So you gotta be careful with that. So you have to like mix and match, or actually not match, you just have to mix it up and play different characters. So that's good, it's fun, but I think I played it through in 11 hours. To be honest, I skipped through the whole story stuff. I just skipped through all of this because, you know, I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. Sounds so cringy. Anyhow, I didn't really care about the story, but there was actual story. A lot of dialogue, a lot of stuff happening in the game itself, because you have to traverse and constantly some stuff happens in the run. You happen to, I don't know, save somebody that is then in your house, and you have a cutscene of how to introduce that person. Just good. Mwah. Love it. Oh no, god damn it, it's just, this video is so long and now I see control. Oh no. Okay, yeah, yes, and maybe no. I really enjoyed the game and can recommend it if you want a difficult third-person shooter with superpowers. Visually, even on medium graphic settings, the game looks amazing and the environment is completely destructible. Where I have gripes is the gameplay long-term. Enemies that are level 8, which says nothing, by the way, like level 8 says, it's just the number pretty much. Level 8 enemies were destroying me, similar to level 7 enemies. Sadly, I had no way of enhancing my damage even further. So you can think about, you have upgraded all your health, all your damage upgrades, and you're continuing with the game with side quests, and there are like different areas where you have to like fight enemies, and you slowly discover there are lots of smaller secrets. I was in like a secret area with secret enemies, or like not secret enemies, but just very difficult enemies, and I had no way of upgrading. Like I had nothing left. Like, I don't know, maybe I used the wrong weapon or something, but it's just the skill tree just needs to be longer. Like, you should be able to upgrade even more. Because slowly with time, with level ups or whatever, I had so many skill points that I didn't know where to go with them. Because I wanted more damage, but the game didn't give me more damage or more health or anything. So yeah, that was my only maybe no, but otherwise it's just great. It's just I loved playing through it. Sadly, I played it on my old system with the shitty CPU. I really want to play it maybe one more time or restart the save file just with the new CPU, new PC, and also play a little bit around with the graphic settings, because I completely ignored DLSS. Turn that on because it will boost your FPS. Because mine ran like 45, 50. So yeah, if you have like butter smooth 60 FPS, it's probably gonna feel really good. Also, destructible environment is just watch a couple gameplay, or you're probably watching gameplay right now, right? Go play it. It's really fun. It's, I think, also on the Xbox Game Pass, if I'm correct. So go grab that. The Surge 2 Refunded. Another Souls-like game that are refunded. Do you see a pattern? Yes, I didn't really get into the game. I don't know, I just played through the first area, and then you loop back to the first area back, creating some sort of shortcut so you don't have to walk back and forth constantly, you know, like in Dark Souls where you have to like the elevator and stuff like this maybe. It's just, just not my type of game. It looks really nice, but it's just, but if you like Dark Souls, and if it's on sale, go check it out. Maybe you like it, because it was really fun to kill enemies in a certain way to get their upgrades, or be able to get their upgrades or something. You know, just put them on me and be like, oh nice, now I have a better armor or better helmet and stuff. It was pretty cool. Okami HD. Yes, when I started that game, I didn't think I would play through it. I played through it. To the real ending also, because this game has like kind of like two endings, because you played one through it and you're like, I defeated the final boss, but I don't have all the abilities yet. So yeah, Okami, it's just so good. It's so unique in its art style. The gameplay is hack and slay, which is really fun. It feels good. The whole thing with the drawing stuff feels nice. Sometimes doesn't really work, as we all know, like all the Kinect stuff and drawing things and move your Wiimote like that. It doesn't work 100%, of course. But still, it feels good. Yeah, I don't know. I played this game a long time ago, actually, on GameCube, or I think PlayStation 2. I liked it then. I like it still now. It was a good time. I had a great fun just upgrading my character, because there are also different weapons you can have. It's so good. It's so fun. But goddamn, we need a real proper remaster of this game. That would be great. Like, visually just enhance the frick out of it. It would be amazing. Like, just imagine all the grass like in Breath of the Wild, but in Okami. Not just the grass texture, just literal grass. It would look so good. Dark Souls 3, similar to The Surge 2, I stopped playing. I didn't refund Dark Souls 3. I actually played it for like 6 hours, so I can't refund it. But yeah, I stopped playing for now. I might return to it at some point. I do not know. It's just, I like feeling powerful in a game with the time. And in those games, you never feel really powerful. That might be fun for some people. It does not feel fun for me. It's just not my type of game. I totally understand why people like it. Go play it. I like that it exists. It's just not for me. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The best open world game I have played in many, many years. You got classic gameplay on land with some enhanced horse riding, where you can pretty much just auto-ride to a position on your map, which you set. And the whole sea part, your ship and all that, and those upgrades, and then going somewhere, and then fighting some ships, and then just going on this island, and going on the horse, and just going, it's just so good. God bless Ubisoft for making this game. Seriously, more like this. Please, I love it. I just truly, 60 hours of quality game time. I don't think there was a single hour where I was like, oh man, this is now tedious. No, there was something constantly to improve, to play around, to just do. It's just, and the mix between land and sea just felt so good. And sometimes I kind of didn't want to fast travel. That's rare in a game, you know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm like, oh, I can be more efficient, I can fast travel. Let's go there. You know, just click, and I'm there. But with this game, I really enjoyed just going to the next little island or something, and it's just so good. Also, Assassin's Creed game with actual goddamn combat and RPG-like elements. I love it. There are modifiers on weapons that are sadly RNG, but still. And it just feels good to play around with that and just upgrade your character. You can reset your skill tree, set new things. There's some sort of like prestige system or something where you can just level up after level 50 and you have a smaller skill tree kind of thing where you can directly choose, I want critical strike chance, you know, like go directly to the stats, which you couldn't before. It's just there are Assassin's Creed Odyssey builds out there. That's how complex Assassin's Creed combat got. There are build guides out there, which I love. Yes. Also, I paid $20 on a sale for 60 hours of game playtime, which is just chef's kiss. Go get it. I think it was even cheaper again on the Ubisoft store or something a couple days ago. And now we have winter sale. Also, Cassandra, please take my babies. Oh! Why did I wrote that joke? Undermine, played with the Xbox Game Pass. I'm saying this not because I'm sponsored. I'm saying this because, you play $1 or $10 or $12 or something a month, and you can play all those games. And you play 6 games. Obviously, you like playing games, so therefore they look better than they might be. So take it with a pinch of salt. Undermine, solid roguelite, played through the game, meaning fighting the final boss, which is unlocked after defeating the 5 bosses beforehand, and had a fun time upgrading my pickaxe damage, health, etc. So there's an RPG element where you can like go to the blacksmith and upgrade all your stuff, which I really like. Perfect. Exactly actually what I want from like an roguelite, you know, like upgrading some stuff, getting stronger, earning some cash, getting stronger, unlocking a couple things, and good, really nice. Depending on how good or bad you are at the game, I have played about 20 hours, I think. It's good. It's good. It's a good time. Katana Zero, also played with the Xbox Game Pass. Fun and quite easy game. Finished it in one day, maybe 5 hours, something like this, depending on, obviously, if you're a pro gamer or if you suck ass. The story gave me goosebumps with its music, effects, and editing. but it is very vague, so I don't care much about it. I get the feeling and the effects and the glitches that were happening because the character's a little bit like, it's great. But do I know like I think the main character is called Zero now, yeah. I don't know any other character's name. Either way, glad that they tried to make a story and characters. Also, it hints to a Katana Zero sequel. Go grab it in whatever way you consume your games, kiddos, and enjoy a rad game with rad music. Why did I roll it like that? But seriously, it's a really cool game. Also, the music is top notch. Minecraft Dungeons. Played with the Xbox Game Pass. Okay, now it slowly sounds like an ad. I'm so sorry. Very simple and RNG heavy ARPG. Probably good to get someone into the genre of ARPGs. Long-term progression in this game seems very tedious though. Also, the RNG side of things is that you have enchantments on the weapons. So you get a weapon, you're like, oh man, that's exactly the bow I have right now, just a higher power level. Perfect. Upgrade. Wait a second. It might not be, because you have enchantments, like the enchantments in Minecraft, but they are like enhanced here or like different, obviously. Just because it's a different game, there needs to be different enchantments. Those enchantments are randomized. If you get the wrong enchantments, even if it's technically might be an upgrade, the enchantments might make this weapon way better, or the enchantments you had on your other weapon, which is slightly worse, but it has enchantments, is still better than the new one with better damage. You know what I mean? The thing is though, it's RNG heavy, so you need to drop the same weapon you have right now if you want to keep that, but with better enchantments. So that might take you a long ass time. So it took me about 10 hours, I think, to fight through the main island, because I don't have the DLCs, and finish the boss. And after you defeat the boss, you unlock the second difficulty, which obviously unlocks more weapons and more armor and just artifacts and better enchantments and all that jazz. Then if you play through this whole thing again, because you play through the same areas, just with higher level and with a higher difficulty, and defeat the boss again, you unlock the third difficulty, which I am right now, and I'm getting my ass kicked slowly because it gets very difficult. I really like how they just didn't plainly took the mobs from the normal game and just made varieties of it and other enemies that are not even in Minecraft. So it's really nice. There are different like rare monsters with different enchantments that are very difficult, and you see they're difficult, and just visually it's nice. Music, I didn't even realize. Sound effects are, I guess, nice. It sounds good, just to kill somebody and just stab them. It feels good. Upgrading system seems, I guess, fine with enchantments. I like the system. It's just how to get the enchantments is kind of ass. Maybe they can do something. They probably won't. People will play it for hours and everybody's like, I like this game. Says me that I found 3 hours for a goddamn weapon that I didn't got. I have a problem. And the last game, Neon Abyss. I played this on stream. You guys or the viewers seem to enjoy it. I enjoyed it. It's a fun roguelite. It's probably the easiest roguelite, 2D roguelite, you can play ever. It is insanely easy on normal difficulty. I feel like it's too easy. But anyhow, you can play on hard if you want a real challenge, or you can play on easy if you want if you just want to like chill, like me in Risk of Rain 2. If I play easy now, I'm gonna fall asleep. So if you want to get somebody into the genre, then this game might be for that person. The only gripe I have with this game is, before you pick up an item, it does not tell you what the item actually does. I want that games tell you this. Undermine does it. Why not this game? Because it's dumb. Seriously, I don't like this in games. Please tell me what I'm picking up, because I want to make the right decision. There are more games on my list that I want to play for the next few weeks. For example, Sea of Thieves, Deep Rock Galactic, Dragon Quest XI, Drake Hollow, Monster Sanctuary, Haven, Time Spinner, the Star Wars Yeti game that I have just bought and ignored for a year. And even more on the Xbox Game Pass, or if I find more games. Thank you so much if you've watched or listened this far. Post poggers in the chat if you have watched until now. And yeah. Get ready for another reaction video of Path of Exile and the Path of Exile trailer and stuff in like 3 weeks. And yeah, check out the streams on twitch.tv/DanielBR93. Merry Christmas. Merry Crimbus. And Happy New Year and all that jazz. I usually don't make those videos on around this time because I'm like, but yeah, thanks for being in the giveaway stream, having so much fun, being very active. Thanks for being on the Discord, being very active and chill and fun and overall sexy as heck. And I will go now and edit this video and yes. All right, bye.